Alex Ellison from Dense Labs, here with some college advice that's clever. Thanks for joining us for our weekly Q&A. Today's question: I heard some colleges don't consider test scores. Is this true? It is. I'm really excited about this. Over the years, more and more colleges have been recognizing that perhaps standardized test scores like the SAT and ACT aren't the best indicator of college success. In fact, some people are realizing that GPA is actually a much better indicator of how you're going to perform in college than these standardized test scores. So there's a growing list of schools that are becoming test optional, meaning they don't require test scores at all. In fact, there's a website called fairtest.org where you can get a full list of all of these schools that are test optional, and you can learn more about what their test optional policies are. Yes, there still are these policies, meaning they're not just going to say, don't send in your test scores, we'll call it a day. They'll have you send in something to replace those test scores. For example, Lewis and Clark has a test optional policy. They tell students that if you don't want to send in your scores from your SAT or ACT, you can choose to do the portfolio path, which is where you send in 2 samples of work from high school that are graded so they can see how you did in high school. They also want to see some additional letters of rec from teachers. BARD allows you to do what's called an essay test in lieu of submitting standardized test scores. And then there are schools like Hampshire that don't even look at test scores at all in the admissions process. Oh, and we can't forget about Goucher. They really made headlines when they said, we don't want to see anything standardized. All they want is a 2-minute selfie video about who you are, why you want to go to their school, and why you're worth it. So those are a few examples of schools that have test optional policies. I'm excited about this trend because I think that students are a lot more than numbers, and a lot of colleges believe the same thing. So go to fairtest.org to see which schools are on that list and relieve some anxiety about these standardized tests. Thanks for joining us on this week's Q&A. We'll see you next week.